Hi, my name is Zikra. Like what you see, give me a
Like and subscribe.
I'm going to do the prompt, which is tuck, spot, and cheese. So the first prompt that I actually had an idea about what I want to do for this was the cheese prompt, strangely, and I wanted to have a pop-up. So this is the prototype that I had made, and I've just paper clipped it. I've just clipped it, and I hope it works. This is a card from a card idea. Link down below the tutorial that I followed, but I've obviously done my own spin on it, meaning the decoration. So this is just the prototype. Let's just hope it works. So instead of going ahead and painting, I thought, what about using this yellow cardstock? So let me just take 3 pieces out. I got 3 pieces of this yellow cardstock, and let's go ahead and measure it out first. I've got my pieces. So the first piece that we have, it's 10 inches this way and 7 inches this way. This one is 9 inches this way and 7 inches this way. So both of these have the same height, but this piece is an inch shorter. Okay, those are the 2 base pieces. We'll leave that aside. And this is the part that I need to explain. So this is just an A4 sheet, right? So I measure 2 inches, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So I've just drawn them this way. And then I went ahead and measured 2.5 inches this way. But it's not enough for this because the strip she used was 12 inches. But obviously my cardstock's shorter. So I went ahead and I had this extra piece. So I just measured another 2.5 inches. So let me just cut this part off and then I'll explain further. But all you need to do is just measure every 2 inch, right? And then from there you measure the height. So that's 2.5 inches. You score or you mark, and then again you draw mark another 2.5 inches, and then you get these columns rather. I'll just cut this up and then I'll show you what I mean. Now we have these 2 pieces. I hope it makes sense now. So that's 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, 8 inches, and 10 inches. So we basically just measured every 2 inches. And as I said, 2.5 inches this way, you mark it, you draw a line, and then you mark another 2.5 inches. And I'm just going to cut down the middle. Right, before I do that, before I cut, I'm just going to score. I'm just going to score both of these. Just using the back of my scissor, making sure I'm perfect. If you have a scoring board, please go ahead and use that. You might get even more precise, crisp lines. Now that we've scored all these lines, see the back? I hope you can see the scores. Yeah, so anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and cut along this line. So now we have two pieces. And they're both the same height and width now, as you can see, like that. So since, as I said, she said that she had the 12-inch, we have to improvise. So I'm going to go a valley first, a mountain, a valley, and a mountain. So we sort of get this shape. Just going to keep that aside, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to go a mountain, a valley, a mountain, and a valley. I'm just going to put this inside this. So now we have a longer piece, but we don't need this many pieces. So she had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? I just want to make sure that I'm making the right decision. Yeah, so we only need one of this. We don't need the entire thing. We just need a V. We just need one of this. So I'm just going to cut right down this. Right. And I'm going to place it in the middle. I'm going to glue it as neat as I can so they'll end up as looking like one piece. So they'll look like this. Let me just go ahead and glue that now. I'm just using my white glue. Okay. And I'm going to make sure that it fits perfectly right to the edge, because they have to act as one piece. And that looks pretty. That's stuck down well now. So that's what we have. Just burnishing it one more time, like that. So this is what we're left with now. So we have a valley, a mountain, a valley, a mountain, a valley, and the edge. I'm just going to go ahead and erase all of the pencil marks. Now we're going to take our two pieces that we had and the longer piece, which is 10 inches by 7 inches. We're just going to fold that in half. Like that. And that's how it will open and close. And then this one, also we're going to go ahead and fold in half. we are now, this is the folded side. So this is the side that opens and this is the folded side. I'm just going to go ahead and measure the same height that we had this, which was 2.5 inches. So I'm just going to, again, on the open side, not the folded side, we're going to measure 2.5 inches. Just going to mark it, and then we're going to take our ruler, and from this point to that point, that mark that we had made, we're going to draw a line as neat as we can. And we're going to cut. So that's what we have. So the plan is that this will be the card, and this will go on top, and these will be the tuck spots, and then this one will go on top, while we open and close it. And now's the decorating bit. So the cheese. I'm so sorry, I just went ahead and punched and I hadn't pressed record. I'm so sorry. But what I did was I just folded this in half and went in with my big punch right in there. I just punched in with both of my punches. Same with this one. That's all I did so far. It's just circle punching. Well, what do you think? Does it resemble cheese yet? Like that? I think it's not too bad. Okay, on the background, I'm not going to do too much of the punching. The small punchy, this puncher, just a few small ones here and there, maybe not too much. I can't get the center anyway. Just a little bit here and there like that, because the back will anyway have this black background, and that's why I didn't want to focus too much on the circles, the punching on the back. I should have just left it, but it's okay. We just work with what we got. Okay, so what I had in mind was I wanted to have some melting cheese. Oh, maybe if I turn it around, since I didn't punch. Yeah, see, we can always fix. Because I didn't quite like the circles showing through like that. I didn't like that, so I just flipped it upside down. So this will cover that, and this one will go on top. Yeah, I'm happy again. I mean, I was happy before, so I'm happy. Yay. Okay. So we're back to the original idea. I wanted to have some melting cheese. So it's basically like icing, like cake icing, right? Cheese is much stringier, but it's the same kind of design, right? Up and down, up and down. Maybe I should make them thicker, but it's just like icing. It's just like the cake icing. And I am going to go ahead and paint. I've just got some yellow acrylic paint. I'm just going to use the yellow first and just start painting. I'm just going to leave this to dry, and let's see if I can add a bit of shadow to these. Again, I'm just going to go around the edges. To dry as well. And let's take the inner piece now. I'm not too sure if it's completely dry, but I'm going to go in with a bit of brown now. Let's start with the first piece. Let's just go ahead and use some brown. So this is what we're left with now. Let me just go ahead and glue this down. Actually, I'm going to glue this one, this entire thing. Now that's stuck down, and let's put some glue on this one now. Now for this one, we're going to only do it this way. We're going to do it at the bottom and up the side. That's all we're going to glue. We're not going up here, just the L. So I'm just going to make sure it's straight and press it down. Okay, and that's one side. Now the other side. Okay, and we're going to close it. And that's how it's going to open and close. And we do have our pockets. This is the tricky bit, putting it into this chunky book now. I'm worried that I won't be able to make it function. So that's really boring, because once it's glued down, there's no turning back. Okay, let's do this. trying to push it in the middle like that, but just going to paste it. I mean, when I push it down like this and say I press this down and it's glued, it will not lie flat anyway, and that's okay because this is kind of a bulky book and it's going to grow. I don't mind that this is not laying flat. I mean, it can't because this side is thick. This side is thicker than this side, as you can see. So that's fine. I think I'm just going to go with that. So again, I'm going to put this down. Hopefully my glue will just flow without giving me too much trouble. Okay, that's good enough. Right. And I'm just going to push this down and then press the page down onto it. Oh, maybe give it some time. Yeah, I will let it dry, but this is that's what it looks like. Still feel like something is missing. I should have done this before I stuck it down, but I'm just going to use my black pen and say, just try to let's just try to thicken that. I've just taken a piece of scrap that we had and just going to cut it into a tag. Like that. After that, I just want to write a cheesy quote. I'm taking another piece of this white scrap paper and let's write on this instead. I'm just going to go ahead and glue this now. Tag can go in here like that. This is what it looked like. A little cheesy but still great. And that's our pocket and our prompt. This is what it looks on the top. That's how it looks. I never showed you that angle, but that's the 3D effect. And that's our prompt, guys. Take care. Thank you for watching and I'll catch you on the next video, guys. Bye.